Hey guys, this is Dailey with Recreational Woodworker, and today I am starting a full kitchen remodel. During this remodel, we're going to tear out these old, disgusting cabinets. We're going to put in new floors. We're going to close up the window to my right. We're going to build awesome kitchen cabinets. And this is going to be part of, one, a series on remodeling a kitchen and all the steps involved. And two, I'm also going to do a full how-to series, as well as release a set of plans on how to build kitchen cabinets start to finish. It'll be all the basic sizes of kitchen cabinets. We'll cover how to lay out a kitchen, how to build your cabinets, how to measure drawers. Some of these things I've covered in other videos, but this is going to be the daily restoration, because we're restoring this old house and we're going to make it livable and nice and a place for my family to be. So stick around. There's going to be a lot coming up, but first, let's put on some time lapse and let's start some demo.
So today is getting back to really my roots. I started my business as your all-purpose handyman, contractor, remodeler, that kind of thing. This isn't my first remodel. And here I am tripping over stuff already, and I'm about to tell you about keeping clean job sites and all that kind of stuff. So I started doing this kind of work, and all I had at the time was my 6x12 trailer that I built out very Ron Paulk style. And that's using the modular drawers, the Paulk benches. I have a portable workbench right here that I made. It's just a piece of plywood with some angle iron underneath it to keep it rigid and flat, sitting on some store-bought sawhorses. Super simple, super basic. Well, I've kept that same philosophy even as I've moved my business to a 100% dedicated, we don't leave shop. I've kept that same philosophy of I want to be able to move. I want to be able to take things, rearrange, and go from there. So even though my shop is only about a 45-second walk from this kitchen, I'm still going to set up shop in here for hanging drywall, for framing out this window to my right. I don't know if it's in frame or not. I have it on a wide angle so you can kind of see everything better. But I still kept that philosophy. I'm still setting up shop in here because time in walking is just wasted time. So I've got dust collection. Bought a new shop vac just for this project. Already filled up one filter bag, and that's another thing. Always run filter bags in your shop vacs. They are expensive, but they are also worth it and time saved, at least in my opinion. So let's walk back to the shop and I'll show you what we have going on. So if you have been following my last several videos, you know that I have been redoing my shop in earnest. I just finished my Paulk Smart Bench. I redid my old Paulk Total Station to serve primarily as my miter saw station. I built a new mobile base for the Paulk Smart Bench that is based on the Modular Cabinet System. That way I can wheel it around the shop nice and easy. And of course my perfectly boring workbenches already have these modular cabinets in them. I still need to demo this one, but I'm primarily focused on the house now. So this one is probably gonna get moved against that wall, and that corner is finally gonna get tackled. It'll take about an hour a day to work on the shop and improve it. And that's just something that, one, breaks up the monotony of the remodel and helps me become more efficient every single day. And that's just something I've gotten in the habit of doing a long time ago, and it allows me to make some awesome improvements. But now I need to get set up to do drywall in the house. As soon as I'm done hanging the drywall there, I'm gonna knock out a window, frame around it, and go. So I want to set up in there, and let me show you my favorite thing. I can't remember if I've ever done a dedicated video over this, but this is what I've dubbed my modular shop cart. It's on good 4-inch full locking non-marring casters. It's got the Craig micro jig dovetail track slots in the top and the back. So basically it's a rolling workbench that I can really lock stuff down to. And it has all my modular drawers. So all of my drawers on this modular system. Right now I have a couple of sustainers sitting here that I don't need, so I'll get them out of the way. And now I can look at this and think through, what am I doing today that I want to be able to do quickly? I'm doing drywall. So I know that I'm gonna want my measuring and layout tools. Always want my pencils, bits. I have some paper there for different things. Hammers, mallets, pry bars, chisels. There's always a nail that you forgot, so I want that there. This needs to get put up. My tool belt is always on when I'm in the shop, and so I've got my knife in here. I've got my tape measure. I've got my little speed square, probably my favorite square. Got the plastic one because I drop them all the time, but it's true, and that's what really matters for a square. So as long as your square is true, it's as good as a $10,000 square as far as squaring stuff off. Of course, you know, your measurements and things like that might not be the same. So and when I want my hammers, stuff like that, so I'll leave that drawer in there. Chisels, knives, sharpening, I'm actually not gonna be using those. So I'm gonna take this drawer out, that way I can save the weight. Hand saws, I'm probably not gonna be using any hand saws. And what else do I got? My edge, this holds my edge banding on the back of my cart. I've shown that on my Instagram channel a few times. If you are on Instagram, you can follow me at the Recreational Woodworker. I'd love for you to follow me there. I post a lot of like little 1-minute videos, a lot of pictures, tips and tricks in the shop that don't really lend themselves to the YouTube algorithm, honestly. And that way it's just kind of a quick little tips and tricks that I can post every day without the full-blown editing of a show. All right, so I have that. Now what else do I want? Drill bits. I don't really see me needing all of my drill bits. This is like all of my drill bits. And you can see I have just lightened this up immensely. But what do I want? I do want my CXS. I love this little guy. Probably not gonna drive drywall screws with it, but I do wanna have it on me just in case. And then I know for a fact I'm gonna want my impact driver. Got a full battery on that. I'm gonna take my bit, put it over here in my driver bit drawer. And I don't really have a bucket for this to go in right now. So I'll just set it on that little shelf that I have, little placeholder. All right, guys, so this is my shop inside my house. Let me walk you through what we've done. I have a workbench here that's gonna be primarily for breaking down my sheetrock. I have my cart here, which is gonna be my tool cart, my staging area, catch-all. And then I did go ahead and set up my Paulk total station with my miter saw. I do have a shop vac right there. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit underneath because of the heights. That's an issue, but whatever there. So I can use dust collection on that because I am inside my house. Even though no one's living here right now, I do want to keep dust at a minimum. So now I have everything set up. I have a good little work triangle. So I've got my materials over here. I can bring those in, throw them up right here. If I need a 2x4 for something, I'm gonna stack them up on these sawhorses. Have a 2x4. I need a tool, I can work over here. So now my steps are minimized. I have plenty of room to work, and now I can really get stuff done in this space. So there you have it. That's kind of how I work. That's why I kept on this modular system, is because this miter saw being in here with this nice big Paulk workbench is gonna save me a lot of time. My cart that I could wheel in here is gonna save me a lot of time. Did I forget something? Absolutely. I know I forgot something. I don't know what it is yet, but when I do, I'll have to go back out to the shop and get it, and that'll be wasted time. But I'm gonna save so much time. It was well worth the 20 minutes it took me to get fully set up, because this is gonna stay set up in here for several days. Now, if I was just working for like an hour or something, I probably would have just brought this guy in and this guy in, called it good. Or maybe even just brought that guy in and just grabbed the tools I need, threw them in a bucket. That's kind of what I did the other day. But because I'm gonna be here for a couple of days doing stuff, this setup can stay here, and that time will definitely pay for itself. So that's kind of how I set up the shop. Why I went back to the Paulk miter saw stand why I build everything in my modular cabinets, and why my shop's set up the way it is. So stick around, there's gonna be several videos in this series of the remodel. I'll probably throw it in time lapse until my camera dies, let you see what I'm doing. So let's get to it.